G'day guys, how are we going? Well, I've just got back from a couple of weeks in the Flinders Ranges and I also had my off-road camper trailer in tow for that trip. So I thought I'd do a follow-up after the recent head work that was done on my ZD30 patrol before I left, because I've had quite a few people message me while I was away on that trip, just asking how it was all going after that recent work was done on the patrol, because I'd only had it back on the road a couple of weeks before I left. But I was always fairly confident my ZD30 patrol, it would go up and back without any issues. But, it's always in the back of your mind as to how it was going to go on a long distance trip like that, especially after a major engine pull down, only a few weeks before I left, and towing my off-road camper trailer as well. Well, after 2,710 k's on the clock, up and back from the Flinders Ranges, this mighty ZD30, it performed like clockwork. And now it's got 418,990 k's on the clock when I got home. This whole rig, it just keeps on keeping on. And one other thing we did too while the patrol was in the workshop getting all that major head work done, we put a new filter in my catch can down here. Hadn't been probably changed for a little while, so we chucked a new filter in it as well, and this is how much oil was caught that I drained out of it after those 2,700 odd k's. So yeah, so it's caught a fair bit. So after sort of about a 4 to 5 hour stint, most of the days I was driving, if I was driving out on the road, I'd drain at the end of the day, and that's what I was catching, and sort of in between 50, maybe close to 100 mil would come out after those stints. And on the topic of oil, while we're having a chat about that, I was going to do an oil and filter change before I left, which is probably not a bad idea if you're going to go, on a fairly lengthy, long trip. But it only done sort of about 3,000 k's, before going. So I thought I'll wait till I get back and I'll do the oil and filter change when I get home. So that's going to be today's job, doing an oil and filter change on my ZD30 patrol here after getting back after doing that big trip, and especially after the major engine pull down. I'm going to do an oil filter change on it today, and I'm also going to do an air filter change as well. Now, I've always tried to do my oil changes and filter changes close to every 5,000 K intervals. And I only always use genuine Nissan filters when it comes to oil changes. So that's going to be today's job. Well, that's the update on my ZD30 after recently having the head gasket replaced and quite a few other bits as well. But the old thing, it's still kicking on. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Catch you later on. Hooroo.